Let's see. Okay, welcome to another episode of the Sports Den Podcast. I'm Jonathan Hooker, your host, and who I'm here with?
Justin Helms. I don't know. I can give an introduction. The ESPN
go ahead, introduce
commentator question mark. Yeah, J.I. Helms 05. Go follow me. I am looking for a job. So if you see me on here and you like my opinions and stuff, hit me up. J.I. Helms 05 on Instagram. Justin_Helms 34 on Twitter. I tweet a lot, so that's probably a better place to get at me. So yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like the biggest person. Like when I refresh my Twitter feed, I probably see like 3 tweets from him. And
yeah,
like he gets on the Hawks so much.
He's
He's the biggest Falcons fan I know, but he is disappointed in the Falcons' success in the past recent years.
I'm so disappointed.
But I mean, hey, one thing I can say, he's very loyal. He's very loyal to Atlanta sports. I
would never bandwagon. That's one thing about me. I will tell you that that's my team, and I will also tell you that my team is bad. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I would say I'm a fan of the sport before I'm a fan of the team. I'm going to let you know when I see something bad. Like,
hey, I love the honesty. But, well, news from last night and carrying over to today was NIL deals. Nick Saban basically said that Texas been buying their class with NIL deals for the past 2 years, and I just want to say he's not wrong. He's not wrong because there's no way if I'm a recruit, I'm willingly going to Texas A&M just so I can play for a mediocre team. Like, yeah, I can say I can change that. But for me, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Would you rather go Texas A&M or Texas, Justin?
I mean, if I'm choosing, I'm an SEC guy. Texas is not in the SEC, and they're not going to be until whatever that deal gets done or whatever. So I would choose A&M, and then on top of that, Jimbo Fisher as a coach, I think is better than what Sarkisian is as a coach. But at the same time, bro, it's not the fact that they were able to get those players. It's how many. You don't get how many 5-star recruits in the same class like that? Like
they got 10. They got 8 through 10 5-stars in this class.
And I will say I'll give A&M their credit because their recruiting classes were getting better since Jimbo Fisher had been there. They were top 5 last year before the NIL deals too. So I can give them credit for that. But for them to just all of a sudden get this many 5 and 4 stars and all this other stuff, bro. And it doesn't take a lot of searching to go see what deals these guys got, bro. Like, you can see the deals they got. Like, and whether or not that's coming through the university or not, it's happening. And that's the reason that those guys are at the school. So it's like.
But I'll say this, like, Saban's comments, yeah, they were true and all, but now I think he's ruffled some feathers, and I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. Because at the end of the day, the product at Bama between the product at Texas A&M is so drastic to me.
It's different.
Because at the end of the day, look at Alabama's trophy case and look at Texas A&M's trophy case.
Dude, who was the player that went over there and said all I saw was swimming trophies?
Oh yeah, I think it was a 5-star wide receiver named Jonte Cook. I mean, but basically he said it. He said it in a joking way. Like he didn't mean to like diss anyone or anything, but he was like he said I'm not here to diss anyone or like diss the program that I'm going to. It's just the fact that they ain't have no football trophies. Like y'all say y'all top 5 and stuff, but I don't see the product in it.
Yep. And when you. Yeah, I'll say that is also part of the reason why when you look at this, it doesn't make sense for A&M to get all these players. And of course, they can. I already know the argument A&M is going to make, and we have already seen part of what the argument is going to make. Jimbo Fisher is live on this podium right now, going on a rant currently, bro. So it's like it's you already know the argument is going to make is we're giving them deals, but it has nothing to do with recruiting. But it's just impossible for you not to connect the two. There's going to be players that see the deals that other players get that are at your school from the day they walk in, from the day they're friends and guys that they were at with all these 7-on-7 camps and all this other stuff. Like that talk goes. Like, these players are 18. They're going to go and tell their friends who are seniors in high school, like, yo, as soon as I got here, they gave me this. Like, I touched campus and they gave me that. Like, so it's like it's impossible for it to not go hand in hand and affect recruiting. And they can do as many third-party companies and all this other stuff that they want, but like it's just very obvious. Like it's just, and it's kind of crazy.
But the thing is, for me, I'll say the transfer portal is crazy, but at the same time, it's hurting high school kids with their recruiting, because at the end of the day, a coach is gonna want a finished product than having to deal and make a project with this player and build them towards. But if you get a finished product right then and there, they're going to take that finished product and just place them into their system rather than building up and developing that player throughout those 3 years. Because they want to, like, coaches want to win now. And half the time, basically the mid-majors are looking for JUCOs. They're not looking for high school no more. Like, they're not looking for nothing. Like, there's if you're a high school kid, it's gonna be hard for recruiting unless you just stand out to the coach. I'm like, oh, we can get him we can get him or the JUCO guy. But the high school guy has more upside. The coach might take that risk into recruiting the high school player more than anything.
And just to give y'all the full numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-stars for Texas A&M, along with too many 4-stars that I'm going to count that I would count on here. But that includes the number 1 defensive tackle, the number 2 defensive tackle, the number 1 and 2 defensive end, and the number 2 receiver. Bruh, no one's believing that shit, like, bruh, like no one's believing that that's happening without all the deals. Like, that's just, like, it just not real. So I think, but the thing I think that people need to get from what Saban has said is that, and I told you this before the show, I don't think he's really trying to get on A&M or teams like, or Deion Sanders at Jackson State, or even Miami's basketball team, which he mentioned minorly. But like, I don't think he's trying to do that. I think what he's trying to do is wake up the NCAA and the guys who make the rules and regulations for it to let them know that if you let this continue, it's going to turn into something that you're not going to like. Like, it's going to turn into free agency from kids literally 18 walking out of high school. Like, and it's and he's just letting you know. Saban is never going to be the guy that tells you that you shouldn't do this or you can't do this, because if the rules allow it, he will do it too. We saw the same thing with the transfer portal. He said, hey, the transfer rules are getting kind of weird. If you let guys do this, it's going to get out of hand. But as soon as the NCAA didn't do anything, it got out of hand. Alabama went and got 5 players out the transfer portal that can start on our team or our team. I'm a Bama fan, on Alabama right now. So it's just like, there's other, and it happens with all these teams too. And it's just funny because like Saban just comes up there. He's like, hey, like, this is what's going on. This is what should happen. It's getting kind of walky right now. I'm not liking this, but he's never going to be the guy that's going to be like, no, you shouldn't do this. Cause I promise you, he's going to adapt to the time so that he can win those games. Like, and that's what he's doing right now.
I'll give Saban credit. His ability to adapt to every situation that the NCAA has thrown to the athletes and everything is crazy to me, because he gets up knowing that the players that he might can get out of the transfer portal, like, all right, I'll recruit them, and then when I win another championship, you can't say I didn't warn you guys.
Exactly. And you can't, because like you said, I have to give him credit. From 2009 when he got hired, 2007 when he got hired, to right now in college football, I think there's been the most changes in college football than there ever has during a period of time. We went from the BCS to a college football playoff, which looks like it might be expanding, NIL deals, transfer things, satellite camps. You could go on and make a whole list. Like, there's a ton of stuff that has just changed, and Saban's been there for all of it and had winning teams on all of it. And that's the thing and that's what's going to prove the difference right now, is which coaches can brave through this, because I don't think the NCAA is going to change anything. And that was the question I had for you, is do you think that they should change the deals? Like, what could be, how bad could it get? Like what do you think is the worst we're going to see? Like, if this gets out of hand, like,
hold on, let me grab my target.
Okay. It's a good question. Y'all should all think about that. where do you think this could go? Because I really think that this is going to full free agency at one point for 18-year-old kids walking out of high school. Like it already seems like free agency when you talk about the transfer portal. A player goes here, they decide that they want to leave, and it's legal tampering, really. Like, and you can tell all these schools are doing it. They look at a player, they say, I want that player. They say, okay, he's good. I can give him this deal. If you come over here, I give you a starting spot in this deal right now. That's free agency.
Oh yeah,
that's free agency.
But to answer your question, I think it's here. I think the worst is here.
This is it.
Yeah, because
this is the start of it to me. Like, it's the beginning, but it is it. I won't lie.
Like I think this a massive go, because the NCAA president, he's stepping down in 2023. So the new president that's gonna come in, they already know that the schools already have these boosters intact to give these kids money, and they know, like, hey, like, we can't do this no more. Like, boosters, step away. Kids, you guys gotta come up. Yeah, you guys gotta come up with your own ideas. You gotta do this on your own.
Yep. And that's the thing that Saban was saying, was basically like, he just doesn't agree that it's being used for recruiting. It's not the fact that they're getting deals. He doesn't care about that. A lot of people don't care about that. It's the fact that you use it to bring players to your team. And that's what he said. All the deals that Alabama players got were, one, gotten by themselves. Like, the front office may have helped them to finalize and get through the process of doing it, but they didn't come to them and present them with, here's a deal for you. Like, no, that's not something that happened.
Yeah, it didn't go like that. I'll say it's like for example, Jordan Addison in the transfer portal right now. He's coming to the decision later this week.
Having a bidding war.
The bidding war for him was over $3 million.
Yep.
There's no reason you're telling me a kid who's 20 is just gonna sit here and be like, oh, which who's gonna offer me the most money?
There's some guys in the NFL on practice squad and even backup players that aren't making that a year right now, that aren't making $3 million a year right now. Like,
so basically, this is telling me that these companies are looking more into college kids than professionals right now. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Yes,
because they see a college kid like, oh, he looks more profitable because he also can tap into the youth. And also he can tap into the older people just by him rocking their merchandise or being in their commercials or just being a partner in that deal. Like, it's crazy because Jordan Addison's literally sitting here and saying, oh, yeah, like, I can do this. Like, I can sit here and take my time because I guess his final five was Pitt, Alabama, USC, Texas, and I think another big school, but he didn't really talk about another big school other than those four. But then he took Bama out the picture, which is really surprising to me. But I get it why, because Bama just got two new wide receivers. Yeah. So he was like, I want to come in and be the guy. But then when I look at USC, I'll say, like, they have Mario Williams, and then they have all these recruits that came from Oklahoma's 2022 class. They went to USC now. And now I'm like, nah. But if he goes to Texas, Alabama's in trouble first week. I'll say that.
What?
Yes. Y'all in trouble.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Jordan Addison, Ajayi Hall, and then you
Ajayi Hall's tripping out currently, bro. He is tripping out right now. Like, that man already deleted all his stuff, his Texas stuff off his profile. I don't know what Ajayi Hall's doing. Like, and then
I'll say Xavier Worthy, and then Bijan Robinson. Come on, man.
Robinson. They still have Keelan Robinson too, the one that
and then that Quinn Ewers. And you saying Texas won't give you a little run for your money with Sarkisian, who has worked with Saban?
Saban against his disciples has only lost one, and that was last season against Jimbo. So I'm not really
Kirby in the national championship. Stop trying to forget that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Stop trying to forget that 33-19.
Okay, so actually he lost two. That was the first time in his whole career he's lost against his disciple, and that number is crazy for wins versus losses. And then on top of that, like,
it is.
Bama's. I don't know. I feel like defense is going to be the changing thing. That's what we've seen with the Pac or not. Yeah,
With the SEC,
Pac-10 or no, what is it?
Pac-12.
Pac-12. I got it mixed up. Pac-10's West Coast. But yeah, that's what we've seen with the Pac-12 in the past however many years. They ain't got no defense. So it's like, I feel like defense would be the changing thing in that. But regardless, I think that them adding that transfer is good for the Pac-12. Like, that's good for them. Like, that's they can win that now.
But players know if they want to go to the league and they want to be a high drafted player, they're going to the SEC.
Yep.
And one team on the come up in the SEC, don't hate me, is Tennessee.
We'll see.
Tennessee's on the come up to me.
I say the team's gonna come up. Ole Miss.
No.
Yes. Kentucky-ish. I don't know. Kentucky kind of floats back and forth in the same range to me. But
tier one is Alabama, Georgia. Scratch that. Alabama, Georgia. Yeah, that's it. Then tier two is you got some Texas A&Ms, you got some Kentuckys.
I'll put LSU there because they got I'm forgetting the coach's name right now. Kelly.
Brian Kelly, yeah.
Brian Kelly, yeah.
I'll
put them right there right now because they're recently successful, but successful, and they have Brian Kelly now. So
then you can add in Ole Miss, but then after that it's just like you got to add in Tennessee now with Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker is probably the second best quarterback in the SEC. No, he's second best. He's second or third best because I don't get the Will Levis hype, but is he better than KJ Jefferson at Arkansas?
I was about to say you're kind of crazy for that. KJ Jefferson's still there. Spencer Rattler just went to South Carolina.
It's like
and you still have Bryce Young. And until I see something out of that dude, Stetson Bennett still might be better than him. Like I think people kind of sleep on like Stetson he's solid enough to get you by. Like I won't lie. Like I'll give him more credit than what people.
But it's like just the dynamic power behind the quarterback position now. It's like Stetson will only give you so much, and then he's maxed out. Like between him, KJ Jefferson, Hendon Hooker, Will Levis, and Spencer Rattler. It's like Spencer Rattler, he showed me something at Oklahoma, and then he had a downfall, but now he's coming into something fresh. So we have to see what he can do. KJ Jefferson,
I think he'll still be a good quarterback for college. I don't know if he's a NFL type quarterback, Spencer Rattler, but like he's gonna be better than a lot of those guys in the SEC. Like
he has the talent. I'll say that.
Yeah,
he has the talent, but Hendon Hooker is better.
What are you seeing out of him?
What? Hendon Hooker was he was really solid. He basically came into a new program and basically said, "Yeah, let's go win some games." And then he had the Alabama game close for like the first like 3 quarters. Like
I had to see it, man. I had to see it first. Like I don't know. That game was close, but that was just a lot there defense doing stupid stuff, bro. Like it wasn't like he was just out there
even winning positions way better than I thought he would. But I think Nick Saban, back to the transporter, but what Nick Saban has done, I think more coaches are gonna call out the NIL deals now because basically the NIL deals to me are booster money. They
are.
The bigger the school, the more money you get. That's how I see it.
It's 100% booster money because the school can't get involved themselves and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go look for sponsorships or sponsorships that the school already has. Like for Georgia Southern, for example, like they're sponsored by Adidas and stuff like that. They can't go to Adidas and be like, will y'all put together a deal for our players? Like, no, that's not going to happen. The boosters from the school can go to Adidas and ask them to do that and stuff like that. Or the booster or the club or the whatever the donation group. They can.
Alumni. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They can do that, but just the straight school, and that's why these schools get away with it because they can say, "Oh, well, it's not us. We didn't plan this." Like, but your homies right here that pay for everything did. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then when Saban called out on Deion Sanders at Jackson State saying they paid a kid $1 million, Travis Hunter went on Twitter himself and said, "My mom lives in a 3-bedroom home with 5 kids. Like where's the money at, Dan?"
yeah, I will like Travis Hunter would have never went to a school like that without a deal to me, but
think about it.
I think he did get a deal, but I don't think, like you said, like you said earlier, I don't think he made as much as what people are thinking he did. Like,
but to me though, Florida State is in a position where they don't know what they're doing right now. Like, look, they don't know if they want to they want to win, but they have to come up with more pieces. And so they're just sitting being the mediocre level. Where for him, he said, I can go play with a guy who's done it all, who's based on my inspiration. And he's a multi-sport athlete. So he knows how to make money and knows how to balance the college and pro life because in his junior year, he was playing MLB, but while still playing college. So he already knows like what to do, what to look for. And plus, he already has all the connections to the league because he was already an analyst for NFL Network. So it's just like, so we're sitting here saying like grown people are bashing Travis Hunter for his decision, but I don't hate it at all. It's like you gotta go play Mike Norvell at Florida State or play with Deion.
Yep, I don't bash him for this decision, but I know there's a lot of reasons that. There was a lot of factors that went into that decision. And I believe that, yes, those reasons that you just said are bigger than what the NIL deal is. Yeah. I don't know if Travis Hunter thinks that though, but I know that the NIL deal combined with those reasons are why he is at Jackson State right now.
But think about it. As an African-American male, you went to Jackson State homecoming game, knowing they're winning, you seeing everybody having fun in the stands, and you want to say you want to be a part of that as a 5-star recruit, and those your last, you were coming out those 2 options.
As a black man, like I of course the homecoming and everything, like HBCU, I've been to Morehouse's homecoming. My dad used to go there, so like I know how the HBCU homecoming is, and like it's lit.
All the love you get throughout the community, bro.
Yes, but like at the same time, bro. Like when you look at these big schools, bro, like I don't know, for me playing for that ring, I can find a black community anywhere you could go to middle of nowhere Kentucky and still find a black community that's gonna love you and everything like that. Like I promise you will. So like there's always gonna be people that support you just because you are black and like you're a player for the team that they like and everything like that. Yeah, it might not be as big, but you can get that and still play for championships and rings and everything like that. And then put yourself in from a football standpoint, you're putting yourself in a better position to get drafted higher. You can do everything in the world at Jackson State as a corner safety or whatever position, unless you are just like undeniably one of the best players in the country, he still might not even go first round. He might not even go top, like he might not go 15. He might not go first round. Like just due to the fact that, he is at a worse school. Like he is going to have to perform you saw how bad Malik Willis dropped in this draft. We all saw it. And the reason that everyone said was he didn't have any key signature moments. He can't have key signature moments sitting at Liberty. Travis Hunter can't have key signature moments sitting at Jackson State. They're not going to consider them key signature because it's not against big teams. Like, and I'm sorry, like that's just a fact.
Talent alone, bro. Why you're gonna regret those words? Travis Hunter's talent alone is gonna give him to the first round. He's playing both sides of the ball. Deion basically let him play high school ball again. No lie. Like when have you ever heard a college player?
And to me, that could be another hindrance too. You have a player playing on both sides of the ball, starting as receiver and corner. You know how much running that is? One of those sides of the ball is not going to be looking so great, bro. If not, maybe both might take a hit, bro. Like if I'm him, I'm choosing one side, like just for energy reasons.
Hunter asked him to do both, and Deion was like, "Okay, like if you're gonna do it, you got to be great at both sides, bro." You're crazy. Jackson State can schedule big games in a non-conference and be like,
They can. They can.
And
Liberty did as well.
If he goes out, then what's the problem?
Liberty did as well. And look where Malik Willis got drafted. No one wanted to touch him till the third round.
Malik didn't show up. Malik didn't show up in those in those games where he did that. You're a hater.
I'm not a hater. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Like, I love the fact that he's going to an HBCU. And I think in basketball, it's a way easier because in basketball, players get drafted from, it doesn't matter what school you come from. You get drafted from to wherever you're at, depending on how good you are, because people can see potential and how you'll fit on a team and everything like that. When you look at the NFL and you look at these teams and like who get drafted first round and stuff like that, it's not often that these guys from mid-major schools, D1, AA schools and stuff like that, like that they just go way more than guys that are at Power 5 schools, because you've seen them play against the best competition and you see them play good against that every single time. Like some of these other guys is like they play against the competition that they can play against at their school schedules, and they can go out and do their best every time, and they still might not be the guy, bruh. Like, bruh, and it's crazy. Like, and another guy if we're talking about it right now, Trey Lance, he's over there right now, and the 49ers already said he's been looking underwhelming. Like, he hasn't had those moments. He was playing at North Dakota State the whole time. Carson Wentz was good, and then like it's just like it's just a difference, bro. There's levels, like yeah,
it is levels.
Guys are going to these top schools.
I get it, but I mean, if they're a good football player, they're a good football player, and only time will tell, to be honest. But I said the best coach to handle NIL without complaining or anything was Don Staley at South Carolina, because she basically said, when the NIL rule got passed, she was like, I'm not finna deal with all the drama. I'm finna just let my players get their money and let them get their deals. She sent them a text July 1st and be like, yeah, NIL just got passed. So if you need help, I set you up meetings with agents. She did that. She did that. She had the agent, the player, their family, and her. They all got with their agents. And then from July to August, it was straight deal, practice. Like, that's all the players. They was getting deals and practice. But when it came down to like preseason and like we guys got to hone in and got to win this championship, as they did, yeah, she did that. And then she went on an interview saying, I had no problem in NIL. No problems. Players didn't have no egos. They didn't complain about how much money they were getting. They just went on and they did handle business. And I was like, that's a great example right there. Like you have to do, because think about all those egos in the team. But they knew they had one goal, and they all saw the vision that she was seeing, but they handled their business side away from the court. They didn't bring that on to the court. So I feel like that's great for the South Carolina women's team. But
yeah,
now,
and I agree. Right now, like she's doing it right, and with it being new, there's going to be a ton of trial and error of like people doing it this way and doing it that way and doing it this way, and eventually there's going to be one team that does it a way that's perfect without getting in trouble, and you can do everything that you want to while moving around the regulations and stuff. And then other teams, they're going to follow that. So it's just going to be a moment in time. It's going to be just until one team figures out the perfect way, the perfect formula for doing what they want to while staying in regulation. There's going to be a ton of trial and error. You're going to see teams getting in trouble and doing stuff like that, and other teams calling each other out for it and stuff. And like Saban. So, but the thing that's funny to me is like, like I said, I don't think Saban's really getting on their heads for it. He's just saying there needs to be a change to the rule. But at the same time, who cares? Until there is a change to the rule, don't talk about it. Do what you want. Like they're not doing anything right now. So right now, like you can say all this, all that, whatever, but it doesn't mean anything. Teams are going to do what they want because it is allowed right now. So
yeah, it's crazy to me. But now we're gonna transition to the NBA. We're gonna play a game called Start Bench Cut. And
dude, you're finna say something very dumb.
No, I'm finna just give you 3 players, and you tell me who you starting, who you benching, and who you cutting. Okay, LeBron, Embiid, KD. Who you starting, benching, and cutting?
You're talking about what they currently are right now in today's league.
If you were a GM and you were starting up a team
Today.
yes,
We're not talking about KD and LeBron all time.
no,
We're talking about what they look at 38 and 30 whatever years old.
yes.
Start Embiid. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but start Embiid. Dude, bro, what? This is so hard.
It's not hard.
Start Embiid. I guess it's bench KD, cut LeBron.
Yeah, you're crazy.
What?
You're crazy.
No, bench.
Bron's impact on the game. Literally, Bron everything he can, but nobody other on his team other than Malik Monk was showing up. But okay,
To me right now, it just like, and yes, I agree with that. But to me, I don't know. Right now, it just seems like LeBron is so content with like what he's done in the league. Like, I feel like he would want to win a championship, but if it doesn't happen, you can tell he's not tripping about it. Like, he's like, hey, like,
wow,
I done what I done. At this point, you can tell he's chasing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar points. He's stat padding, and we saw that. He would drop 40 rest. Like, you see what he's doing. It's very obvious. Like, it's like, so it's like, I don't know. Like, from what they're doing right now, and I told you, like, it's close. It's so close. LeBron can come out next season and completely destroy my argument and make it 100% wrong. I think that still depends on what the Lakers do in their offseason.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna give you another three: Giannis, Luka, KD.
Dang, bruh. You make this so hard, bruh. Why you keep putting KD in this?
Cause I'm finna one.
Start Giannis, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I guess like, you agree with that though, right?
Yeah,
Starting Embiid, starting Giannis, like, you gotta have.
I agree with that 100%.
Yes, bro. Start Giannis. Bench KD, cut Luka, bro. Like, because it's KD.
Oh my god, you're actually saying that.
What has Luka, bro? What? Have you what? KD is a 3 times finals championship, multiple MVP, all this other stuff. Like, yeah, I know we're not talking about all time. We're talking about what they look like right now. Yes. But KD has championship pedigree. Luka has done it by himself.
What pedigree does he has other than being with Steph? He went to a championship pedigree culture in the Warriors. But what has he done by himself?
He went to a finals at the age of 23 when he was in OKC without all them, bro. With the trash version of Russ and James Harden doing whatever James Harden
trash,
bro. Okay. With a version of Russ that wasn't good enough to win championships.
Okay.
Like, that same version that we're looking at right now,
okay.
bro.
Okay.
And I won't say a trash version of Russ, but a young version of Russ that wasn't what Russ wasn't in his prime yet. Like, and we know that, bro. Okay. And neither was Harden either. So like, it's just it's. So
I'm gonna give you 3 more. Jokic.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and give me 3 more. Yeah.
Jokic, Jason Tatum, or KD. Yeah. You're obviously tripping.
That's a tough one. Oh, this is probably the hardest one you've given me, bro. I won't lie. Because I think, bro, recency bias kills people, bro. And I think you know what I'm finna say because I just said that.
Yeah, I know.
I think I gotta cut Tatum, bro, and then KD bench. KD bench start Jokic, bro.
Okay.
If I'm starting a franchise today, though, and I'm choosing players,
yeah,
I want Tatum.
Because I said that. I said you're starting a franchise.
Okay. Yeah. When you play start bench cut versus like starting a franchise, like I want Tatum because to me, overall, he can get other people like he can raise other people with him. You know what I'm saying? Jokic can raise other people with him to an extent. We saw that what happened with Golden State and everything like that. We saw that even years before when Jamal Murray and Michael Porter weren't showing up all the time. Yeah. So it's like, if we're starting a franchise today, yes, I'm taking Tatum, Jokic, then KD.
But if we weren't, you're benching KD, you're cutting Tatum.
Yeah,
you're tripping.
I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me leave KD on the outside. Yeah. And a lot of these situations, I won't lie. he's either bench or cut. Like I will say that he's either bench or cut.
KD's not top 5 in the world no more. He's not.
And that's where your sentence gets mad insane, bro.
Oh, he's not.
That's a crazy.
Let's think about it. He's not Brandon Embiid.
I'm taking Giannis. I'm taking Embiid. I'll say that.
Steph. You're taking Steph.
Am I taking Steph?
You're taking Steph.
Am I taking Steph?
You're taking Steph.
Bro, what? Am I going to take? We saw Steph and KD on the same team together. And who was the best player on that team? Kevin Durant.
It was Steph.
Like, bro. What?
Bro.
Kevin Durant was winning finals MVP. Steph has never, bro. What? Steph has never won no finals MVP. Wait, has he? No, he hasn't. He has not. Like,
let me break it down to you, bro. The reason why KD went and got finals MVP those 2 times, it was because they used to double Steph. So somebody was gonna be left 1-on-1. And an isolation score as Kevin Durant, yes, he's gonna score buckets 9 out of 10 times. So yes, that's why. But you're tripping if you're saying that Steph is not better than KD. When we think the best of all time, you're putting Steph before KD. Every time. Think about it. KD doesn't come up until past. I
feel like because more goes into that argument. When you talk about Steph's impact on the game and everything like that, when you talk about greatest like who of all time, bro, I feel like you have to add that in, which puts Steph's over KD. But we're talking about just straight skill set and play, bro. Yes. KD can do the things that Steph can do, and he's also 7 feet tall.
Bro, we are glorifying KD's signature cross, a tween cross, 1 dribble pull up, and what else?
The hang dribble, bro. The hang dribble kills people, bro.
That's it. That's one move.
Like,
no.
Well, it's a move that works, bro. It's a move that works. Like, there's a lot of people's careers who are built on one move.
Bro,
the Dream Shake, his career was basically one move the whole time. People just couldn't stop it because he found different variations of it. Like, and it's that's how it is with a lot of these guys. Like,
let me ask you this question: of those people that I named, if they were on the Nets, would they have guys swept on that Boston team on that Nets team? Would they have guys swept?
If you take KD, if you took KD away and put Steph on that Boston team, yes, they still get swept.
On that Nets team, no.
Stop. On that Nets team, yeah. I think they still get swept.
No, I think they're taking 1 or 2 at least.
Bro, if Kyrie is still playing the way Kyrie was playing, and the rest of them guys were playing how they were playing, and Steph, and you literally just add Steph and let him go out there and drop 35, bro. Actually, I'll say they get 1 win. It would have been a gentleman's.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
But I think it was a good matchup, bro. Jason Tatum matches up very well with KD in terms of how he can defend him.
He locked KD.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. And I remember I told my friend that before the series started. Is like, do you think Jason Tatum's really going to be doing all that? I was like, Jason Tatum really kind of locked down KD in a couple of those games in the series last year. And same vice versa. KD locked down Jason Tatum. But this year, KD didn't do anything against Jason Tatum defensively. And then offensively, I don't know. There were some games where he literally just looked like he was in a daze. Like, I swear he mentally was not checked into the fact that they were playing a playoff series. Like, so.
And just not. KD's not top 6.
Name your top 6. I want to hear your top 6, 1 through 6, like in order.
No, there's don't be no order. I can't, bro. I hate order, but I'll give you 6 players.
Okay.
Luka, Jokic, Embiid.
Bro, y'all with Luka, bro, is kind of insane to me, bro.
Bron.
Keep going, though. Keep going.
Luka. I'll take Jason Tatum over him now.
The Luka recency and bias is like wild. He is a great player, but to put him right over KD right now, bro, is crazy, bro. He hasn't. It's
not that crazy.
This is his first conference finals.
Okay.
This is his first conference finals.
Okay.
We just saw what happened last night to them, bro. That man he got 2 points and 6 turnovers in the second half. Like,
okay, 1 bad game. So what? What? Like
Go on, keep listening to your players. Keep listening to your players. You said Luka. You said
Luka, Embiid, Jokic, Tatum,
but
Steph,
Tatum's not over KD right now, bro.
Steph, Braun. Yes.
Oh, you're a crazy man. I cannot get with you, bro. You're insane for that. You're insane for that. You're insane for that. Do you
Man,
understand?
did I even say Giannis? Yeah, Giannis.
Bro.
So really, KD's not even
Steph,
no more.
Steph, LeBron. Okay, these are the guys I agree with. I can understand why you put him above him. Okay. I won't say that I agree with, but like I can see why they would be in that category. You can
make an argument for it.
Yes, exactly. Steph, LeBron, Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. I could see the argument. In my opinion, it's really just Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, and then I'll put LeBron, bro. Steph is not there to me right now, bro. Like he's having good games and he's having good stuff like that, bro. But he can also fold the same way KD has folded, bro. And we've been seeing it. Like last night he showed up, bro. But for a lot of that Memphis series, he was not there. Like he wasn't. So It's just like I don't know, bro. Like
there's no way you're saying this. I appreciate your honesty.
No, bro.
No.
And then Tatum is crazy, bro. You're crazy for that. Because we literally saw last year where the opposite happened. Tatum looked like nothing, and KD went out there and put buckets on it.
Tatum didn't have Jaylen Brown. He didn't have Horford. Bro, his second best player was Marcus Smart. What?
But still, bro.
Stop it. You're
who is KD?
You're telling me KD's running mate is Kyrie Irving.
Who wasn't playing last year? Who did not play last year in that series?
For the Celtics?
Against that in that Celtics series?
Yes.
Kyrie, bro, what?
Al Horford wasn't there. You have to think. Al Horford was not there. Jaylen Brown was hurt. And you're telling me
the Al Horford argument is wild because Al Horford is playing like he's 23 right now, and we've never seen that.
When it comes to the playoffs, Al Horford shows up every time. He's a consistent 17-8.
Probably in his career, he probably is around that in the playoffs, bro. I'll agree with that because he was playing the Hawks for a lot of time where he was one of the guys. Like,
thank you. So why are you getting so angry at the fact that KD's regressing more than we think?
He's regressing. I will say this is the first time. I agree with this. This is the first time I've seen KD look human, where he's looked like, wow, like this guy just isn't fully the same right now. Like, I'm not sure what's going on with him, but like, it's just, but like, it's just not like something's happening. And I'll say this is the first time I could say that without fully it being just like, oh yeah, the Celtics are out there playing the best defense ever, or whatever team is playing against KD is playing amazing defense, like how the Raptors were in that finals before he got hurt. Yeah. So like, this is the first time where you looked at it and it's like the Celtics were playing defense, but they didn't need to do a whole lot for KD to not play the way he wasn't like he was supposed to. Like, he just wasn't out there showing out. But bruh, Tatum going over him off of one series is just it's insane to me because of what if KD has done all time, bro. You cannot no, bro. Like,
he go all the time, bro.
No, bro. And that's why I can't put Luka over him either, bro. Because no, and that's why it's so hard for me to put Steph over him because KD, Steph would have continued to going to finals. I agree with that, and they're proving that right now. They would continue to go to finals without KD. Would they have beaten LeBron without KD? No. Would when they were on the team together, it was clear and obvious that the number one option was KD. It was Kevin Durant.
It was Steph, but Steph just kept getting doubled. And all right, I'll say
the offense was ran through Kevin Durant, bro. I bet if you find a graphic,
you find
Steph who was playmaking or who was ball carrier coming down the court when they're getting in their half court sets most of the time, bro, it's gonna be Draymond, and then you're gonna see KD right there, bro.
Bro. Tyronn Lue came out, they was like, oh, we were trapping stuff off screens. We will live with Katie going 1-on-1. You're telling me that Katie's a better player because he was having one-on-one situations when Steph was getting double and Steph made a correct play and giving it to KD, who's a fantastic isolation scorer.
Bruh.
Yeah.
No, bro. I mean, we all knew that Golden State was going to be overpowered. So no matter what, whoever got the isolation, bro, there's not many guys who can guard Steph one-on-one. Like it would have happened regardless. It's just the fact that KD is also 7 foot, so it happens that his isolation is even easier. Like
KD really doesn't even have a bag for real. We're not gonna talk about that. He doesn't.
You're insane. I won't say he doesn't have a bag, bro, but like his bag, it's minimal. It's minimal and very detailed. He knows that it only takes a small amount of moves or a certain amount of things to get by you because of who he is.
Like it's very.
That bag has to be deeper because he's 6'3" and he's skinny, bro. Like he's not gonna get by everybody like that. Like
he is very fundamentally sound. I'll say that. KD's
bro.
He's very fundamentally sound, but it's not deep at all. The way the basketball community glorifies KD is like he has a bag, he has this. Show me KD just cooking a man 1-on-1. KD dribble moves. No, it's just one dribble between the legs, pull up, or one dribble crossover into a pull up. Like, no. I want to see really, cook.
Bro. Go back and watch his stuff at OKC, bro. He used to cook folks, bro. He used to go do all that, bro. He's gotten older and he's gotten to a point into his career where he realizes I don't have to use my body to do all this and tire myself out, get it hurt or anything like that, man. I'm 7 feet tall, bro. I don't see you. I see the rim. Like, I'm just going to shoot it over you. So it's just like, to me, he's just gotten to that point in his career where he don't need to do all that all the time. But like, I want to read you some stats because you're a crazy man and I'm a stats guy.
Read them.
So like, you're talking about this year's Celtics series, and I feel like it's recency bias, man. Like, I feel like this year's Celtics Nets series is what has you saying stuff like this. Because if you go literally just back to last year, KD was leading that series in points and rebounds in almost every one of those games, bro, from both teams. 32-12 in the game one against the Celtics. Okay. 26, and then he had 26 in game two. In game three, that's when Tatum went off. He had 50 rebounds. In game four, Kevin Durant, 42-11. Mm-hmm. And then game five, James Harden got his turn. He went 34-10, bro. But it's just like most of that series was.
Was Harden healthy throughout the whole series too?
He was healthy for like I think the last two, or he missed some of those games.
That's not even no argument then,
bro. We all seen what James Harden is like right now, bro. I'm not even finna go there, bro.
Stop.
I'm not even finna do that, bro. We're all seeing what James Harden is doing.
Stop. Go look at Tatum stats throughout that series last year and tell me, like, he had no help. He had no help.
He had no help, but he also wasn't helping himself, bro. There was games where he was going out there shooting them out of games. Like,
he has to. In that predicament, who'd rather shoot the ball? Marcus Smart or Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum, bro. You know that.
Josh Richardson or Jason Tatum?
Bruh. If you're gonna ask me one by one who's gonna
you're living and dying by Jason Tatum.
On the team. I'm not going to choose anybody over Jason Tatum to pick the shot regardless because he's the best player on the team. But I will agree that he didn't have as good of players to pass to. But at the same time, you have to be willing to pass and get those players involved for you to even have a chance to win that game. And that's what KD, I think, understands better than Jason Tatum as well. But, bro, like, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy.
Go.
I think recency bias has you in a chokehold. Like,
it doesn't have me in chokehold because I'm finna look up Jason Tatum's stats versus Nets 2020 playoffs.
So what you're telling me is that right now,
yes,
Jason Tatum is a better player than Kevin Durant.
Yes.
I can't say that, bro, because Jason Tatum is just now getting here, bro. He is just now. Kevin Durant is a superstar.
Okay.
Bonafide superstar, bro.
Okay, so game
Jason
one.
is he is currently writing his name in the superstar. He hasn't even finished yet, bro.
Okay,
Like, no.
okay, but it's passing on the torch moment.
Jason Tatum, up until what? Like, I would even say like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, didn't even play defense for real. Like, he could defend, but he wasn't a willing defender until like a year and a half ago, bro. Like, nah, bro.
Okay, so Tatum averaged 31, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists.
I was
Game
this
one, yeah, just last year. Game one, 22, 3, and 5. Then game two, I think he got hurt. He finished, so I won't count game two. Game three, 56 and 7. Then game four, 47 and 5. Okay. Then game
how many
five,
shots?
32, 9, and 5. Like, are you okay?
Shots.
Like, Tatum. God. I think I understand where you're coming from, but please stop it. Like, just please stop.
You need to stop it, bro. What are you talking about?
They had James Harden. What?
That doesn't, bro. What? You're insane for thinking that means anything.
Bro, yes, it does. It means a whole bunch.
It means he was out there on the floor, bro.
By himself. Are you not like getting that? Because you have to think. All right, Tatum's second best player was between Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Offensively skilled. And Kemba's not the same no more. Like,
yeah.
What? Are you like? Let's be for real now. Like, stop it. Get some help.
As of right now in today's league, literally only right now, I can understand that there's an argument for Jason Tatum and KD of who you want on your team. Like, I can get that because they play similarly to me. They're both very long, lanky guys who can score, and they're good defenders and stuff like that. But when you're looking at like everything else that goes into it, bro, I can't take Jason Tatum. The biggest problem for me is Jason Tatum hasn't done enough yet. That is my biggest problem. He has not done enough yet for me to be like, oh yeah. Like, if you took away KD's whole resume and looked at them how they play both right now, I'd be like, yes, Jason Tatum. But the fact that KD does have that resume and that KD did look bad, but it's not he didn't drop off like Harden. Like, if you were asking me Harden right now, I'd be like, yes, Tatum's better than Harden and stuff like that. But KD dropped off, but it wasn't a drop off so bad that you can just dismiss the rest of what he's done. Like Harden, I feel like his drop off has been so bad that you can be like, okay, the rest of what he's done doesn't matter. Like, I'm taking this guy over him because of what he looks like right now. Okay. Like KD, like he just hasn't dropped that bad enough for me yet. Like,
well, okay. Well, moving on from start bench cut, moving on from the KD.
That's crazy.
What are your thoughts on game sevens and those performances?
Dude. Oh my God.
Do you want to start off with the East, or do you want to start off with the West? Let's start off with the East.
Yeah, we'll start with the East because the Suns is a whole different conversation to me, bro. But
I'll say, go ahead.
I'll say that I think it was just a matter of time. Like, and this is kind of an overall statement. They're like, and I'm not gonna say changing of the guard because Milwaukee and Suns were in the finals literally just last year, and that was their first time being in the finals in a long time for both of them, either of those teams. So, and I think that they going forward, they will be the teams that are reaching to conference finals and finals going forward, especially with Giannis there and everything like that. But I will say that one, the Bucks were hurt by the fact that they didn't have a guy like Chris Middleton. Like,
yeah,
they were hurt.
Really tell.
It was bad by that. Like, Chris Middleton's job is to score. Like, that's his main job. Giannis, his job is to do everything. Play, make, rebound, score, all that. Drew's job is to play defense and score when they need them to. But Chris Middleton's job is literally like his main job is just to score, bro. Like, and you can tell, and that's the role that he's in. And they missed that a ton. And then on top of that, Boston came out shooting better than we have seen them in a long time. Like they had Grant Williams, man. Grant Williams being the best guy on the court is like
bro, that was blowing me, bro. Grant Williams did not shoot threes, but then now all of a sudden, my boy's
yes, bro.
But thing is, credit to his trainer, lethal shooter. Credit to his
lethal shooter.
Yes, credit to his trainer.
I didn't know that he was traded with him, but
yes, because Grant started off low 20s, then got it to low 30s, and then last 2 seasons it was high 30s last season. Now he's a 40% 3-point shooter. But
hey, that's crazy, and I gotta give him credit, bro. And I said this that in the future, even though he's a forward, he's a short forward though. He plays like a Draymond type forward. Yeah, exactly. I said in the future, I feel like because he's not only to me, he's more of a point forward. Like he will. I don't know how that happened, my phone, but yeah, he's a point forward. Like he will pass the ball around and stuff like that, along with doing all that other stuff. I feel like in the future they're gonna have to make that decision, Marcus Smart or Grant Williams. But past that, I do think that the Celtics. It was a matter of time, bro. Jason Tatum was tired of getting booted out the playoffs, bro. He's too good of a player to like be like, nah, like I'm okay with going semifinals and just conference finals and stuff like that. Like he had been to a conference finals before against LeBron and the Cavs and stuff like that, bro. He got a taste of that young, like super young.
Yeah, and then he did it again in the bubble.
Exactly.
So like bam block.
Exactly. So he was not finna he was not finna just let that slide. So I feel like it was a matter of time. He came out and proved that this year I was not going to get beat. We saw that in the Nets series, and we saw that to an extent in the Bucks series, but he had his teammates that came together with him. So, and once again, I think that we've seen it, and it's been kind of like a running trend. Like these teams that make it to the finals the year before, bro, doing that run 2 years in a row is tough, bro. Like that's a lot on your body. That's a ton on your body. Giannis looked good, but he didn't look as dominant as he did last year.
But yeah, I say he wasn't as dominant, but then I could see Giannis being frustrated because no one else was scoring. Mm-hmm. And like Grayson Allen, he cannot create his own shot. Pat Connaughton cannot create his own shot. Nah. Bobby Portis, if you give him 2 dribbles, he maybe can create his own shot. Jrue Holiday, he can
get his own shot, but it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, it's not as effective as Chris Middleton. So you can see like Chris Middleton is like they go get a bucket guy, and Giannis, like we all know Giannis is the first option, but we all know true until if it comes to a late game situation, they're giving it to Chris Middleton.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this, I think that Chris Middleton is good, but he is still a little inconsistent. So I would like to see the Bucks go out and get another scorer. I would like to see them go out and get someone that is literally just a pure scorer, and maybe one that is better than Chris Middleton, and then move on from him if they need to. Because I don't feel like Chris Middleton is like a necessary player. You can get someone that can do what he does and probably more consistently, like in my opinion. So, and then to put numbers to it, Jrue is out there, shot 21 shots and had 21 points. He's shooting them out the game. Like, that's not good enough.
But think about it, though. Like, he's the only self-creating guard that they got right now.
Yeah. They shot 12% from 3 in that game. That's what really hurt them.
Yeah. But I'll say this. Giannis is great. Is a great player. Top. I think he's number 1 in the league right now.
Yeah, that game too.
Yeah, Giannis did, but at the same time, it's like his body just
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and that's so slept on. People got to give LeBron his credit, bro. Doing that back to back to back and going to finals over and over again is hard, bro. We just saw Jimmy last year. That man barely played the season because he was so tired from the bubble. Like, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And then with the Celtics, like the duo with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing outstanding throughout those 7 games. But then Al Horford really came up big. And then you also had other factors with Grant, Derek White, Marcus Smart, who hit big time shots sometimes. So it's like their team was just deeper.
Them missing Marcus Smart in this series is just what's going to hurt them. Him and Al Horford. But I agree. Like I think the Boston right now as a team, they had more people that could make shots. And the Bucks,
They just did it.
One of their main shot getters, and then Giannis just wasn't playing good enough defense in terms of protecting the rim for them to be able to get by. Because Grant Williams.
Their game seven shooting for the Bucks 3-point shooting was terrible. It was god awful.
Yes.
It was god awful. They only hit like 4 threes.
I said rim, perimeter. He wasn't taking perimeter enough to like.
Yeah, but if I'm honest, I'm still gonna go do what I'm doing. I'm not gonna just settle every time. Like no, no. But over to the West, CP 0 rings.
ZP's CP booty, bro. Bro, what? I don't know how that meant, bro. I said this. I saw a graphic that I think Bleacher Report posted or ESPN posted. They were like, "Who do you want to get a ring?" It was a picture of.
Oh yeah, Demi, CP3, Russ, Harden, and I think
it was something like that, bro.
It was something like that.
But I said, I want to see Tatum, or I think I said I want to see Jimmy and Tatum get a ring, but I'm sorry for CP3 and Russ, but I think their time is just past. Russ, I know his time is past. We know that. Like, he's not getting no ring unless he just jumps on a team and he's playing 6-man. Like, he has to be coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. And then for CP3, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, it's just like, I swear, I call it the Chris Paul curse, man. Like as soon as if you have a player that gets injured in playoffs, they get the Chris Paul curse. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm not giving him an excuse, even though they said he was hurt and stuff like that this year.
No, I don't care.
There's no.
They always do this after they lose, bro. They're like, "Oh, I was dealing with this. I was doing
this year." There's no excuse. Like no, like you went out there and didn't make a shot in the first half. You, the second best player, or no. The best player on your team, you was the second best player, and the third best made a combined 1 shot on 15 in the first half and had 30 points by the third quarter. No, like
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, and then Devin Booker, bro, he's grown a reputation that he's a trash talker. I'm like, what? I'm like, cool. And then you saw the video when he laid down and said the Luka special.
The Luka special, bro. They got the Luka special, bro.
Oh, they got that. They got that 2 games in a row.
Oh God!
And then just to think, we're thinking the Suns are going to win. No, they got thrashed at home. Like Luka made a whole franchise come up with the apology letter to their fans.
Bro, what? That was so funny to me. Oh my God, I was laughing, bro. I was crying, bro. Oh my God. They literally came out with an apology to the fans of like, yo, I'm sorry. That last game was butt. That's not us. We'll be back next season.
Like, no, like you play terrible. Like you honestly, Devin Booker, you play terrible. For someone who talks a lot, you have had a lot of individual success, as in points, all this, you have great stats. But you wasn't winning without Chris Paul. So humble yourself real quick.
Bro, and the crazy thing is that like it's I think Devin Booker forgets that we've seen him get stopped before. We've seen him for what? How many years on the Suns where they weren't doing anything, where he was dropping 40 points a game and they were not going anywhere, getting any wins. And I understand there was a lot of stuff wrong in that front office for Phoenix and their coaches and their players were trash over there, other than Devin Booker at the time. But still, there's a lot of other players in the league that would be dropping 40 points and stuff like that and still winning games and doing good things. Luka.
Yeah, and then just the thing, DeAndre Ayton didn't play more than 17 minutes. But thing was, they asked Monty Williams why. He was like, it's internal. But then there was a report coming out. I read on Bleacher Report or ESPN. They were DeAndre Ayton was like, yo, like I don't feel wanted. And like Monty Williams asked him, do you want to play? He said no. So I think DeAndre Ayton's gone.
He's gone. He's gone because one, they're not going to pay him what he thinks he's worth. That's that max contract because he's out of his mind if he thinks that. But and two, I think that he's gone because the Suns don't really give him a role in their offense. They basically just stick him in the dunker spot and they're like catch lobs. Like people forget at Arizona or Arizona State, bro. Like
Arizona,
Aiden was that guy. Aiden was that guy, bro. They had offensive half court sets that were meant for him. Aiden is not just a offensive rebound and putback guy. He can actually take mid-range shots and get to a shot to a certain extent. I wouldn't say he's as fluid as a guy like AD or stuff like that, but he can still do that. And he could be, I wouldn't say a number 2 option, just solid, but he could be
a 3 option. But exactly. But a more glorified 3.
Exactly. Because right now they basically just ignore him. They put him in the dunker spot. They let CP3 and Devin Booker do what they want, and then just have shooters on the outside and see if they can live like that.
But so it's just the thing is, if I'm the Suns, I'm okay with Aiden walking, and I just start JaVale.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I would want to get another big that's better than JaVale, but I think you could get by with him. But the problem to me is what I was about to say about Devin Booker is like, once again, he's a guy who can be stopped. So once he's stopped, you're going to need someone down low who can do something, because Devin Booker can score at the rim, but he's not a rim. He's not the guy who's.
But the thing is, another guy that I'm blaming is Mikal Bridges.
I blame him to an extent. His job is defense. Like I don't know. Terribly, but his job is defense.
The thing is, I'm tired of seeing Mikal Bridges. Once he gets the ball, he's looking to pass unless it's an open corner or unless it's an open 3. Bro.
That's why I said I can't be mad at him. I think Monty Williams and the Suns have implanted in his head that, like, yo, you're literally just a step to get to you're a swing pass right now. Like that's you. Like, and you play defense.
But the thing is, I'm like, yo, you need to be in the gym. You need to learn. You need to get a bag. Like, just a little tween cross, 1-dribble pull up or something. Like, no, like, I'm tired of seeing you come 1-2 pull up, and you're missing, and that's all you giving me. Like, and if you're not hitting, you're gonna give me defense. That's cool, but we need a little something on the offense. That's why I said that's why if Cam Johnson not hitting, come off the bench, they're done. And then he wasn't, like, no one's hitting that game until the 4th quarter when Chris Paul actually wanted to try.
Bro, what? That absolutely blows my mind. That you are getting beat this whole entire game. You haven't gotten aggressive once in terms of trying to actually shoot the basket, other than in the first quarter when you realized your shot wasn't working. When you took 5-6 shots in the first quarter and realized it wasn't going, you completely quit on the shot when you at the worst time possible. When Devin Booker, Ayton, Crowder, Mikal can't buy a shot for their life. You're the only guy who is, like, at least aggressive enough or has the NBA veteranness to know what they need to do in this situation, and you just give up and stop shooting the ball. Like, what? Are you out of your mind? And that's why Chris Paul is not going to win a championship, bro. Because to me, in games, he lets the game get bigger than him. He's a guy who lets the game get bigger than him. He gets in those moments and he freezes up. What were you doing out there? You just look lost and confused. Like I don't understand. And then you get 4th quarter when you finally wake up and realize we're going to lose this game by 40. Like, now you want to shoot? No, bro. Devin Booker, I can at least give him a round of applause because you were shooting the whole game. He was trying. He was out there doing what he could. And when it wasn't working, it wasn't working. He wasn't hitting. And I said that we've seen this before. We saw it last year in the finals, bro. Drew Holiday had that man in Drew Holiday's school of prison defense. Like, he was not going anywhere. Like, it was not looking good, bro. We saw it even in the series before that against the Clippers. No PG, no Kawhi. Pat Bev was giving him business, bro. Pat Bev was giving Devin Booker fits. Like, and that's a problem, bro. Like, but it's just crazy, man. Like,
and then just to do it at home, and then Luka is laughing in your face every time he scores. Yes. That doesn't enrage you to just, like, yo, we need to step up, like, call timeout, everyone hashed out, or we hashed out at halftime, learn how to make adjustments, and we move on and just win the game in front of our home crowd.
Yes, bro. And that's so crazy to me. And then the other thing is, like, I think that one guy who's not getting enough blame for this that they should, Monty Williams, bro. Like,
oh, I don't even blame Monty for this one.
What, bro? They did not change what they did in any game at any point when they saw that it wasn't working. That's not a problem with all the players, bro. You can't sit here and be like, yes, Chris Paul is a great player, but it's been proven he's going to play within the system. He's not going to go out of the system and try to do something different. We saw that in Houston with the Rockets. We saw that in LA with the Clippers, and we're seeing it now. He's not, if the system is for him to pass and other guys to get the shots and everything like that, even when things are breaking down, Chris Paul doesn't break the mold. And he never decides that he's going to go out there and do something different, bro. And we saw that. We saw that very clearly. Can you agree? Like, he's not.
I can't agree, but
yeah, like,
but are you going to take away?
So to me, it's Monty Williams' job to put them in a different situation. Change your offense, make something different, give someone else the ball, do like, bro, like Devin Booker's not working. You see Chris Paul's not working. You see Ayton's not working. Either draw up some real actions to get them some better looks, or decide that, okay, like Pat Bev said, I don't say bench him, but you do play him in spurts. Start taking him out the game more. When you see it's not working and he's not being aggressive either or willing to take a shot, put someone in the game who's going to take a shot. I promise you Cameron Payne would have took a whole lot of shots. Landry Shamet would have took a whole bunch of shots, bro. And it would have looked a lot better in terms of points than what Chris Paul was giving you out there, bro. So, like, to me, there's other guys or there's other reasons. Like, Monty Williams is not left out of this, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
he's not.
But one thing about it, my friend Jackson would hate you because last episode we talked about coaching. We was like, coaching plays a role in the playoffs. Like,
yes,
if your coach doesn't make adjustments, like Coach Bud, I think Coach Bud is an okay coach at best. He's not the best coach. He's not a good coach. Because why? Like, for example, why are you letting Grant Williams get a 40% three-point shooter? Yeah, all those looks, open looks,
bro. That man shot 18 threes in that game.
That
makes
sense. Yeah, it makes no sense. And he did not adjust. So for Monty not to adjust to the way Chris Paul was playing and be like, oh, let's try something new. But it's like, but I feel like
find a way to stop Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie should not be the guy beating me, bro. Like, no, I'm not letting that happen.
Spencer Dinwiddie just got hot that game.
Yeah, he's a buck, but once again, I think he's a guy who's inconsistent, and he shouldn't be the guy that we're letting beat us, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no, like.
But I'll say this: the Suns gonna have a lot to think about because Chris Paul's 30.
They have a ton to think about, bro.
30,
The only
37,
players I say you keep right now for sure are Devin Booker, and I would say also I would have to put Mikal. Like, I'm keeping Mikal because of what I feel like he can do defensively as a role player, and you're not gonna have to pay him a ton, even if he does want a contract. So,
but maybe Cam Johnson, but Cam Johnson probably gonna get dealt for a starter, for a starting bid.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say is DeAndre Ayton. I think for him, he's going to the Trailblazers because the Trailblazers have cap space. He has a Dame, and
Dame stays.
And then.
Well, Dame's gonna stay. I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah, Dame's staying. Like,
he got a problem, man.
He's not running away from the grind. no one cares if you run away at this point in your career. You're like 32. Like, bro, get a ring.
Your face. You said, like, when I'm in a run from the grind competition and my opponent is Dame Lillard, you're in trouble.
Like, no, bro. Like, just leave. Like, your chance was to leave last year. As soon as they traded CJ, oh yeah, I'm
gone. Bye.
but for Monty, you're still a great coach, but this one's gonna hurt.
It is. And he's a great coach, and he's gonna get more chances and stuff like that. And I don't think this is time to be like, oh, is Monty Williams on the hot seat? Because people aren't saying that. People aren't even blaming him for this loss. But I do think that he deserves more than what he does. Like, right now, I know that everyone on the Bucks right now is gonna blame it on two things. Chris Middleton was out, and what was Coach Bud doing? And Coach Bud is a decent coach, but we've seen him make mistakes, and he gets the flack for it. Coach Bud in that last game, it looked like Atlanta Hawks Coach Bud. Like, I won't lie. It looks very familiar. Leaving guys in during huge runs, letting random players get buckets against you, bro. Like, that looked a lot like Coach Bud we've seen before. So it's like, and Monty Williams has been on teams before and stuff like that too. So, like, right in that last game, I think we saw an old version of Monty Williams that didn't know how to adjust the things that were happening, bro. And I think that he needs to catch flack for that. And I don't think the Suns need to blow it up because I think it's way too early for that. Like, they've shown that they were the number one team for majority of this season. Like, they were. So I think I do think it's time to think about how much longer is Chris Paul in your future. I think it's time to think about what are you doing with DeAndre Ayton and stuff like that, or what moves can you make with guys like Jay Crowder, possibly Mikal, Cameron Johnson, Cameron Payne. Like, what moves can you make with guys like that? But I do think that there's a lot of people to blame in this situation. But I have to give hands, bro. Jason Kidd and Luka.
Oh yeah,
got it done.
Hey, their whole team. Hey, round of applause. I told people, hey, don't hate me, but the Mavs are going to beat the Suns. No, they're not. It's only Luka. Oh,
people sleep, bro. They have a lot of good 3-and-D players, and then Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie can get their own bucket when you need them to. Like,
exactly. But now we've seen both game ones. For the East, for me, it was a tale of two halves. For me, because Miami, they played okay. They had some defensive miscues, but then the start of second half, you open it to a 22-2 run. Yeah, you're gonna win. And I'll say this,
they're gonna win.
I'll say this: when it comes playoff time, Jimmy Butler's gonna drop 40.
Yes, bro.
I don't know how, but he's going to.
I gotta tip my hat to Jimmy, bro. I remember I told you I hated, bro. I said this with the first series. I thought the first series against Atlanta would go 7 because I said the problem with the Heat was I didn't feel like they had a guy that could. I remember we had this conversation, bro. I was like, in order for the Heat to go as far as they want to, they're gonna have to have someone to elevate their game. They can't have everybody averaging 20 because not all these guys are going to be able to average 20 once again in the playoffs. Tyler Hero, I told you, I was like, I don't see him averaging 20 in the playoffs. Bam is gonna have to learn how to. Bam still isn't showing up. Actually, I can't even say anything about him. But Jimmy, I said this. I said either Jimmy or Bam is going to have to average 20, 25, and then the rest of them guys are going to have to be shooting their minds out. And they're doing that right now. And Jimmy, I think, is averaging like, 30 points or something, bro? Like
32, 33.
Yes, bro. Like, that's
like throughout this playoff run.
That's not something I expected.
But thing is, though, like they're doing it without Kyle Lowry, which is not surprising to me because the way the Heat goes about things, bro, anybody can step up in that role. Not in terms of just distribute the ball, hitting open shots, and playing sound defense. I'm not knocking Kyle Lowry because
anyone can do that. Anyone can do that.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of players on the Heat. I was about to say, there's a lot of players on the Heat roster that do that. Max Struss does that. Gabe Vincent does that. Tyler Hero will do that at times. Duncan Robinson doesn't play defense, but he will go out there and make a lot of shots.
Oh, he'll hit some shots.
No cap.
And it's just like the Heat culture, it's real. And then bro.
Bo is Spo, bro. You can't
Bo's defensive game plans is crazy.
Insane.
I'm not gonna lie. People just give Spo flat when LeBron was there, but then when LeBron left, I said the Heat culture that he wanted came back, and then he still was not losing. He was still making the playoffs. He'll probably even win a series with like a 35, 36-year-old Dwayne Wade, and they'll make a competition for the next series. But it's like the Heat culture is real. Like those guys are going to play defense. They're going to play hard. And it's like there's no telling with Coach Spo if he's out of the game.
Yeah, I agree. But one guy that I said for Miami that is going to have to pick it up, I do not know what Bam Adebayo is doing right now, bro. I don't know what he is doing. He is so lucky that Al Horford wasn't in that game. Robert Williams was out there giving him business, bro. Robert Williams was crazy buckets, bro. Like, and that's crazy to me. And watch when Al Horford comes back, because Robert Williams is more athletic than Al Horford, but Al Horford knows, like, he's more fundamentally sound, bro, and he knows how to get a bucket for real. Like, Bam, bro. Bam is like, we're not seeing the same Bam that we saw in the bubble. This version of Bam, I don't know if he's hurt or what right now, but the only reason Jimmy is doing what he is doing right now is because he has to. In order for them to win games, a lot of these, like, they won by 10. Yeah. Jimmy dropped 40-something, bro. There was a few games against Atlanta. That man, Jimmy, dropped 35, 38, 40 and stuff like that, and they weren't winning by a ton in some of those games, bro. Like, so yeah. I think that That I feel like if they get past this series, that is something that will hurt them because there's going to be someone that comes in there and is like, okay, we can take advantage of this guy. Make sure they keep.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Bro. Defensively, Bam's that guy. But offensively, he's not doing enough right now to me, bro. He's not.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Jimmy can't be the guy. Jimmy can't drop 30 every game. Like, he cannot. And when it comes finals time, I think we're going to see that. Like,
yeah. But
Golden State will not let Jimmy be the one to beat them by himself. Golden State has played against teams where it was one guy, and the guy was LeBron, and they didn't let them beat him, bro. Like, no.
Yeah, but I'll say for the Celtics, it's really Jaylen Brown. They go as Jaylen Brown go. Like, Tatum can score 40 and they'll still lose. But if Brown's with Tatum and Brown, if Brown starts good and he consistently plays good throughout the whole game, like if it finishes the game off like 26, 8, and 5, they're going to win the game. But thing was, this game, first half he started good. Third quarter he played terrible. Like everyone played terrible, but it was just like he didn't get a clean look until like the middle of the fourth quarter, which was like they were going back and forth, but it was like Miami kept holding a 10-point lead. So it's like, are we going to see another run? But it's not. So I'll say Tatum's the leader, but if Jaylen Brown is not going to have a good game, it's going to be hard for Boston to win games.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. And especially when you don't have Marcus Smart on the court, bro, because like that hurts a lot. Because like Jaylen Brown, like his job has just gotten bigger. Like Jaylen Brown, as a playmaker, we all know like he passes to an extent, but that's not what he really wants to do. He wants to play defense and he wants to go get a bucket himself, bro. Yeah. Marcus Smart is a willing passer. Like he will pass and get you into a set and stuff like that. So I think that Jaylen Brown, his job has not only gotten bigger in terms of playmaking and stuff like that, as long as Marcus Smart is out, but he also just has to score more and do more in general. So I agree with you. Unless Jaylen Brown shows up, I think the guy they're super missing is Al Horford. But unless Jaylen Brown shows up a little bit more than what he's doing, yeah, like this is going to be a tough series, bro. Like, and Robert Williams might end up getting more minutes, bro. If he's going to continue playing like this, missing Al Horford is looking like Al Horford, I think would super take advantage of Bam and be able to deal with that a little bit better. Yeah. But I think you could get by with Robert Williams if he continues to play like this. But Jaylen Brown does have to step up in that situation as well.
Yeah, I say yeah. I can agree.
But I want to know who you have winning and how many games. They have MVPs. Who's your Eastern Conference Final MVP? That's insane.
It'll be between Jimmy and Jason.
Yeah, it has to.
But I said if Boston wins, Boston has to win in 6. But I said if Miami wins, Miami's gonna win it. But I said Boston win in 7, Miami in 6.
I could see that. I'll say, yeah, Boston in 7 for sure. I think if Boston wins, it's definitely gonna have to be in 7 because there's just there's games where it's like they have games where everyone shows up and they have games where it's like 2 of the guys show up. Yeah, like only 3 of the guys show up. Like for Miami, bro, those guys within their role in Miami, they show up every time, just about
every time.
Yes, bro. Like they don't, and I know what showing up can look like a lot of different things, but in terms of what their role is on that team, they do what they have to do, to get the win. So I could understand that, but I am gonna have to take Miami, bro. I'm gonna have to take.
Yeah, I'll take Miami too.
Yeah, I could regret that. I could say recency bias. They could come out and play tonight and me be like, what? And literally, just as we're talking, Al Horford upgraded to questionable for game 2. But
yeah.
Which means
it's gonna be a game. If he plays, it's gonna be like that.
Yep, bro. So I think that I give the Heat a win, but I would say if Boston wins, it has to be in 7. Miami can win in 6, but I don't see that happening. I say Miami in 7.
Yeah, but then I'll say Al Horford, he's gonna play great help side. But if it's 1-on-1 against Jimmy, I feel like Jimmy is smart enough to make Al Horford get in foul trouble more than anything. Like,
I also think they won't call as many fouls, bro. Jimmy shot 18 free throws, and it happened quick too. Like they were just giving him stuff.
Then Jimmy knows how his body is. So if he knows, he can't like lay you up or dunk on you, he's just gonna pump fake and you're gonna bite because Jimmy's just gonna go every time so strong. So you think Jimmy's gonna go up strong. You jump in there and then you foul him. It's like,
oh, yep, it's done.
And then he's gonna hit his free throws. Well,
18 for 18, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, for the West, how you feel about game one for the West? Between the Mavericks and the Warriors.
In the East, it was a better tell of what we'll see in the series. In the West, I feel like that was just kind of lopsided. I feel like Luka and Mavs got hit in the mouth harder than what they were expecting, bro. They weren't expecting to see championship Warriors right now. Like, the Warriors are really starting to lock in right now because they realize we can't have a series like we had against Ja because Luka is better than Ja and Luka will beat us by himself, for sure. And Ja got hurt there. Exactly. So I mean, I think they came out, they showed Golden State championship version of Golden State that I tried to tell everyone that I thought they would win in 5 against the Grizzlies for. The Grizzlies snuck away with one without Ja. I give them credit for that. But I do think that this series, I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction. Golden State in 6. I'm sorry. Luka's just not enough, bro. And I know, and this is what everyone keeps telling me because I said the same type of thing for Golden State against the Grizzlies. And I said the same type of thing for Grizzlies against Minnesota, bro. Because I felt like Minnesota, in terms of players, had better players overall than what the Grizzlies did. You have Cat, you have Ant, you have D'Lo. When you look at the Grizzlies, they have Ja and JJJ. I wouldn't say is that much better if he is than Cat and look at D'Lo and stuff like that. But it's all about matchups. And that's the difference is that the Grizzlies matched up way better against the Timberwolves than the Timberwolves matched up against the Grizzlies, bro. They had a full team, even though they don't have players that are individually better. They don't have a top 3 that are better than Timberwolves top 3. And the same thing with the other one. So I think that Steph and them in this one, they not only have better players, but they have a better team. They have a top 3 that is better than what Luka than the Mavs top 3 is. And we all know that. And on top of that, they match up well against the Mavs in terms of what they like to do and how they like to play. The Mavs do like to shoot a ton of threes. Golden State will do that with you all day. If you want to shoot threes, for sure. Steph, Jordan Poole, and Clay, they will go out there and shoot threes with you and make it that shootout that you want, for sure. And they will play defense in a way that I think they can trap good enough on Luka and make him cause enough problems for him in terms of not being able to get to the rim so that they can actually match up and just all they have to do is basically close out on other shooters. They're not letting him get to the rim for real. So it's I don't know. It's not only better players, but I think it's just a good matchup for Golden State.
But I say this. I say there's not a big difference between the players and their skill level and what they produce. It's just the systems. The system.
That's what I mean. Insistent in what they mean. That's what I mean by matchup. In terms of what they run, what they do as an offense, it matches.
It's systems. Dorian Finney-Smith and Otto Porter Jr. You're taking Dorian Finney-Smith. Then I ain't gonna lie. Andrew Wiggins' first quarter performance and Kevin Looney's first quarter performance were so shocking to me. I think they're almost perfect still combined together. But it was just the way they came out. They came out fast, came out hard, and the Mavs, they had open looks, they just didn't convert. And so with that, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then one thing I did notice, when Brunson has the ball, they put Draymond on him. They put Wiggins on Luka, but I know Luka is more physical than Wiggins has guarded anyone in this playoff run that they're having right now.
Wiggins was out there balling defensively too.
Yeah, defensively. So Wiggins has to hold into that matchup. But I know if I'm Dallas, I want Klay Thompson. I want Klay Thompson and pick and roll along with Steph Curry
on offense
and Jordan Poole.
You talking about on offense?
Yeah, like if I'm Jalen Brunson, I want whoever Steph's guarding or Clay's guarding in pick and roll, and I'm going to attack them.
Okay.
That's what I would do if I was Jason Kidd. That would be one adjustment. But then also, I'm not even gonna lie.
Because he's most likely who's on Clay was probably with Dorian Finney-Smith, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but thing is it's also a battle between the six man between Spencer Dinwiddie and Jordan Poole. Whoever six man plays better at that game, they have to capitalize and win that game.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, to me, for Golden State, the other thing that makes them so good is just they're unselfish. Like, they're so unselfish. Steph can go out there and be shooting 30% for the game, and he's not going to just shoot them out the game just because I'm Steph and I'm the best player on the team. If Jordan Poole goes out there and starts playing better, Steph will play 30 minutes and let Jordan Poole play 40, and they'll win that way too. Like, and they do the same thing with Wiggins, bro. You saw he got his shot going in the first quarter. Everyone else kind of chilled. Everyone else was like, okay, bet. It's Wiggins and Looney right now. Like, Steph was just like, all right, like, especially Clay. Clay, you already know Clay will sit back for sure and let everyone else do what they want to do.
But thing is, I might get a lot of hate from you. Clay's not even the best shooting guard on the team. It's Jordan Poole.
I agree. I actually agree with you on that.
Thank you.
Right now, Clay is not the best, bro. Like, Clay, even defensively, you can tell he's lost a step. Like, that injury has affected him. Like, he's not the same Clay we've seen.
He's not like I'm not finna hate on him. Like, no, Clay can still shoot the cover off the ball. Yeah. It's just he's just not himself no more. Like, he's not an old Clay that we've seen and known to love. It's just a new version. Yeah. And he's
that wise, he might be able to do the same thing, but you watch him the eye test, like, it's not the same. Like,
it's not. That's why I said I want Mavs in 7 so we can see some new blood win. But it's gonna be Warriors in 6.
Yeah, I really think I have to go Warriors in 6, man. Like, can't beat championship pedigree, bro. And like, I cannot
so hard.
I cannot wait for the arguments of where Steph is ranked in top all time if he's able to get this a 4th ring, bro, without KD. This would be it would be a 2nd ring without KD, right?
Yeah,
it would be a 2nd ring without KD and 4th overall. So
yeah. He'll be top 10.
Yeah, like, I can't wait for it, bro. Like, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to start the discussion. Isaiah Thomas, Steph.
Steph's the best point guard of all time.
Hey, there's a lot of guys who will agree with you, though. I mean, that won't agree with you, though. There's a lot of guys who will put Isaiah Thomas there just because, well, not just because, but also defense and stuff like that. Which Steph has proved that he can play defense. He's led the league in steals and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but no, like, no. It goes Steph, Magic, Isaiah.
Steph over what? Steph over Magic though is kind of crazy.
What does Magic do other than pass better and stuff?
Bro, what? Magic won 5 rings, bro. Like,
look at his teammates.
He had Kareem in them. Look at Steph's teammates. What are you talking about? Like,
okay, cool.
Like, what?
Okay, cool, but Magic wasn't the first option.
Offensively, no. I mean, Steph is the first option offensively. Like, you could argue it's 2 different things. Magic was more about passing. Steph's more about scoring, bro. Like, it's 2 different styles, but in terms of like getting it done, like, they're doing the same stuff. But like, it's hard for me to put Magic out of that because Magic to me, like, and once again, wait, pause. Steph won 2 of those rings with KD on the team, so stop it, bro. He was not the first option, bro.
Yes, he was.
He was not.
Okay.
Watching. Like, okay. I'm not sure what you were looking at back then.
No, I'm gonna give you this. You're gonna come back on another episode when it's me, Zamir, and Jackson, and all of us are going to come to the agreement that Steph was the first option.
What? What do they think right now? What would your friends tell you right now?
Steph was the first option.
Bro, what were y'all watching? What were y'all watching?
We're watching the same game as you.
They literally, and I can understand your argument of they were double teaming him and they were forcing the ball to KD, but one, that's a dumb decision. I don't think most NBA teams were choosing that. Well, if we're gonna let a guy beat us, let's let it be KD. No, that's dumb. That's stupid. Like, that doesn't make sense. And then 2, I feel like Golden State was drawing up offensive sets for that reason. They wanted that. Like they wanted that so that they could make KD the first option, bro. Once again, like,
okay, I'll let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. You're gonna come out for another episode, and we're gonna see. And we are going to see. We are going to see. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
Bro,
well, do you have any last words, Justin?
Nah, man. Get off my coach head, Coach Saban. Roll Tide, bro. We'll be back this year.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin, for coming on to the Sports Dan podcast. And we'll see you guys on another episode. See you.